So as I said in the email, I said 2 blocks, but we'll really just probably need just 1 block. But before we begin, I just wanted to talk about a theme for our practice today. And I was thinking about the idea of courage because I feel like courage is a misunderstood ideal these days. When you think about courage, it kind of brings up the images of like a fearless adventurer, a superhero, or even maybe someone who just doesn't need to ask for any help. And so the problem with that, it makes us feel like courage is like an innate characteristic. Like we're born courageous or we're not, right? And so it's very difficult for us to understand or even grasp the idea that are we even courageous or how are we supposed to approach fear? Now, the thing is, though, is that many of us, and a lot of us, show signs of courageousness each and every day in our daily acts, the simple things that we do every day, but we just don't recognize them to be courageous, right? You don't have to have superpowers. If you think on just simply the idea of knowing when you're vulnerable or knowing when you have to ask help is a great way to recognize that you are courageous. So with that in mind, the area of our body where we find this source of inner power or courageousness is right at our solar plexus, our Manipura chakra, right? This chakra, it's attached to the color yellow. If you also think of it, it's that place where a lot of our intuition lies, our gut instinct. So if we listen to that, and if we're courageous enough, we can act on with our more courageous behavior. We're going to begin lying down on our backs in just a moment, but I'm going to ask you to bring your hands into a mudra. So just for a moment, bring your hands together and then interlace your fingers. And then you'll just extend through your middle fingers only, right? And then you'll rest that right at your solar plexus as you're lying down. So go ahead and just lie down with me with your head to the very back of your mat. And you'll bend at your knees. You can take your block if you'd like and place it in between the inner knees as you toe heel the feet out a little wide. And now go ahead and now interlace your hands, rest them at your belly, and then just extend through your middle fingers. All right. So this mudra just kind of calls upon and brings energy towards our solar plexus. So just notice here, maybe the heel of your hands don't touch. Maybe you can draw them in a little bit closer, but so you can get the back of your arms to feel heavy. They may or may not touch your mat. And as your eyes are closed down, just simply start to arrive on your mat. Now, it helps to bring awareness to your Manipura chakra by simply envisioning this golden radiant light at your belly center. Again, this chakra just generates courageousness, power, your intuition, that gut feeling. So think of the moments where you feel like, and you don't necessarily have to have fearful moments in order to know whether or not you're strong enough or courageous enough. But we have moments where we feel just a little bit vulnerable. And know that you have it right within you. Right into this space. Begin to breathe a bit deeper now. Feeling how your lungs rise, your back body nudges against the mat each time you breathe in. Each time you breathe out, feel some softening in through your shoulders. Relax the muscles in your face. Now, just simply place your right hand onto your belly as your left hand slides up towards the left side of your chest. And feel how your body is just accepting the breath, and just find that sense of balance through each breath that enters in and each breath that leaves. And if you'd like to set an intention to guide you through this practice, take a moment here. Those of you who placed a block in between the knees, go ahead and take that block and set it off to the side. We'll toe heel the feet in just like a bridge pose. And just for a moment, let the arms rest alongside your body. Go ahead now, extend both legs skyward. Circle through your ankles, one direction and the other direction. Flex your feet, scrunch the toes. And then go ahead and activate the legs. So flex firmly through your feet, push up through your heels as you drive your thigh bones down. Then take note of what's happening in your lower back. There should be a natural curve in the low back, but seek and stay a little bit more engaged through your core. And then drop the low ribs down to the mat as well. From here, using your next exhale, lower just your right leg and let the heel hover an inch off your mat. Inhale, lift that right leg back up to the sky. And as you exhale, lower that left leg, let the heel hover an inch off the mat. Inhale, lift that left leg to the sky. Now both legs, as you exhale, let the heels hover over the mat. Notice again, your belly is going to pop up, so stay strong in your core. Drop the ribs down. Inhale, lift both legs skyward. Exhale, bend the knees, set the feet flat to the mat. Once the feet land, inhale, lift the hips up to a very gentle bridge pose. Drive your knees forward. And as you exhale, slowly lower the hips back downward to the mat. Inhale, extend both legs straight to the sky, and we repeat the cycle. So exhale, lower the right leg, let the heel hover over the mat. Inhale, lift that right leg up. Exhale, lower the left leg towards the mat. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Both legs as you exhale, knit the ribs down, stay strong in the core. Inhale, extend the legs to the sky. Bend at your knees as you exhale to place the feet flat to the mat. Inhale, lift the hips up, come into your bridge pose. Exhale, slowly lower the hips back down. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, lift the legs to the sky. Right leg, exhale. Inhale, lift the leg up. Left leg, exhale. Left leg up, inhale. Both legs as you exhale. Inhale, lift the legs up. Bend at your knees as you exhale, set the feet flat. Inhale, lift the hips up, this time hold. Lift just a little bit higher. Drive your kneecaps forward. Squeeze a little bit through the glutes as your hips are lifted and get more extension through the front of your hips. Now extend both arms alongside your ears and feel the back of the hands land onto the floor. With your next exhale, cactus the arms and gently lower the hips back downward to the mat. From here, pick up the hands so the fingertips are pointing upward. And now reverse the cactus arms, so place the palms flat. Notice the heads of the shoulders will lift, so you can widen out the collarbones as the shoulders get heavy. Then lift the fingertips back to the sky. And then place the back of the hands to the floor, coming back to cactus arms. Inhale, extend the arms alongside your ears, press into the feet, lift the hips back up for your bridge. Exhale, lower the hips as you cactus the arms to the sides. Inhale, lift the hands, point the fingertips upward. Exhale, reverse cactus pose, place the palms flat. Inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, cactus the arms up. Extend the arms out, up overhead, lift the hips up, come into your gentle bridge. Exhale. This time, lower the hips and now pull your knees into your chest. Rock a little right to left, side to side. Then slide the hands underneath the knee creases. A few rock and rolls forward and back if that's okay on the spine. You'll end up in a tabletop position, shoulders over the wrists, knees underneath the hips at hip width distance. Once you set up through your tabletop position, just start to move through cat-cow. Really moving through every vertebra. Grounding down into the palms to straighten the arms more. Pressing down firmly against the tops of the feet and your shins to take some pressure off your knees. At the same time too, now finding a breath that just matches perfectly with your own movement. Now pause in a neutral spine. We'll keep the right knee bent, but lift the leg up and now circle out the hip, just like you do in a three-legged downward dog. And then take those circles in the opposite direction as well. Go ahead and pull that right knee into your chest. Now round your spine like you do in a cat's pose. You feel the thigh come up and towards your ribs. Keep that right knee bent, but now slide your right shin right behind your left knee. Kind of tuck it in there like you're fitting a puzzle behind the knee. And now press your hips back so that your right shin kind of squeezes into that left calf. Bring your weight forward again, and now slide the right shin down about an inch. You're about middle way through that left calf. And once again, send your hips back. Inhale, come forward. Slide the right shin down, and you should be right at the bottom part of that left calf. And then sit the hips as far back as you'd like to get that really nice massage into the calf. When you come forward this time, extend your right leg out wide to the right. Place your foot flat to the floor. Turn your toes directly forward. Now curl the left toes under into your mat, and as you exhale, send the hips back to your left heel. Rock your weight a little side to side. Get to the big toe side of the foot, the pinky side of the foot. Lift the hips back up. Come back onto the top of that left foot. This time when you slide your hips back, pivot onto the heel of your right foot that's on the floor so the toes point up. Come into this version of a child's pose. Really outstretch your arms forward. Extend as far as you can and keep your palms grounded. Keep the hands exactly where they are. From here, when you look up, lift the hips up. Now curl the back toes under. Come into plank pose with your right leg out to the side. Three-legged downward dog. Keep the right leg straight as you reach your right leg back and up. Now bend the knee and stack your hips. This time stay static. Think about squaring off your shoulders. Hug your left hip into the midline. Inhale, extend the right leg straight, square off to the hips and flex your foot. Tuck your knee into your chest as you exhale and step forward to the top of your space. Tent high onto your fingertips and now just organically move. You can circle out through your hips, maybe straighten through the front knee and rebend into it. Play around a little bit, just gonna see what's going on in through this right side. Eventually come into that runner's lunge position with your right knee bent. Now ground your left hand flat underneath your shoulder and reach your right arm to the sky. Come into revolve lunge. Wrap your right arm now right behind your back, and then drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Think about the strength in that left arm. Press the palm down. Keep the shoulder away from your left ear. So let the ear move closer to the shoulder. Look down to the mat now, and as you exhale, place the right hand down, step forward to the top of the mat, and forward fold at the very top of your space. Catch hold of opposite elbows here as you drape your torso over the legs, maybe some swaying motion from side to side or even forward and back. Unravel your arms and place your hands to the shins and then drive the center of the chest forward, widen out your collarbones. Monkey pose. Exhale, fold down into both legs. Once again, inhale, lift and lengthen for monkey pose. Exhale and fold right in. Keep a little bend in your knees as we rise to stand. Sweep the arms out to the side, up to the sky, palms face or come to touch. And as you exhale, slide the hands right to your heart space, Samastitihi. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Right hand will catch hold of your left wrist, and let's lean up and over towards your right. Press your hips a bit to the left, and now bend just your right knee just a little bit as you just press the hips more to the left, get more sideways opening. Come through center on the inhale. Let's switch the grip. Left hand for the right wrist. Start to lean the upper body to the left as your hips move to the right. And then bend just your left knee as you push a little bit more to the right so you can get more space. Come through the center as you inhale. Exhale, interlace your fingers right behind the back. Extend the arms straight and drive the knuckles down as your heart will lift upward. A little bend in your knees as we exhale to fold forward down into your legs. Let the fists start to drip up and overhead as you aim the crown of the head to your toes. So you can lift the heads of the shoulders away from your ears so you feel nice and open through your neck. Keep your hands interlaced, but rest them first against your low back. And when you unravel the fingers, let the fingers just drip down the back of both legs until the hands come downward to the mat. Place the palms flat and then go ahead and step your right foot back, your left foot back, come into plank pose. See that your shoulders are stacked directly over the wrists, eyes, the elbows turned forward. And as your arms push firmly down into the mat, feel like you're actually trying to push it away from you so you feel your front body firmly engaged. Rock your weight forward to the big toes, and as you exhale, lower the knees, lower the chest and the chin, but keep your hips high in the air. Unravel the legs out from underneath. You come into cobra pose. Press the pubis down into the mat. Bottom tips of the shoulder blades forward. And as you exhale, toes touch, knees wide, child's pose. Walk your hands over to the right diagonal. And once your hands land onto the right side of the mat, lift the hips up. Bring your chest forward toward your fingertips. And as you exhale, send the hips back to your left heel. Again, inhale, lift the hips up, move the chest forward to your hands. Exhale, send the hips back. One more, inhale. And exhale. Now, as you inhale to lift the hips back up, walk your hands back onto your mat and then grab hold of your block. Place the block in the middle at the highest height. Now what we're going to do is you're going to turn your head to the left and you're going to rest the left side of the head down onto the block. But before you do that, I want you to bend your left elbow, place it down to the mat, and walk your left elbow a little bit over to the right side of your mat. And now rest the left side of the head onto the block as now both hands come together in prayer. So you have the left side, your left temple onto the block, palms in prayer, left elbow down to the mat. Now, so you can keep your hips directly over both knees. And then continue to drive your top palm into your bottom palm. And you should feel a stretch that runs through the left side of your neck and into your left side waist. Beautiful. Unravel the hands and then prop yourself, come out of the pose. Now you can keep the block right there as you walk both hands over to the left side of your mat. And as you exhale, push the hips back towards your right heel. Inhale, lift the hips up. Bring your chest forward to your fingertips. And now send the hips back and feel like you're pushing your hands forward. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift the hips up. Go ahead and walk back onto your mat. Bring your right elbow down and then walk your right elbow a little bit off to the left. And now place the right side of your head onto the block. Now, if you moved, you may have to adjust the block. Right? Both hands come together in prayer. And now press into the palms as you rotate. Think about your hips moving back in space. The head is on the block, and as it's weighted, it get a little bit more stretch into the right side of the neck. Nice. Release that. Take the block away. Come into tabletop position from here. Shoulders over the wrists, knees underneath the hips. Keep the left knee bent and lift the leg up and circle around into that left hip. Keep that knee bent. Hug it into your chest. Now round the spine. Bring the knee towards your nose. Then slide your left shin back right behind your right knee crease. And now as you sit back, apply as much weight as you like to really squeeze out that right calf muscle. Then bring your weight forward once again. Slide that left shin down about an inch. Once again, slide your hips back. Stretch out the calf. Come forward once again. Go back one more inch. Give that calf massage. Nice. Shift your weight forward now, and now extend your left leg straight out to this side, foot flat, toes forward. Curl the right toes under into your mat, and as you send the hips back, press your right sit bone towards the heel as much as you can, and then maybe even rock side to side to get all 5 toes to press firmly down into your mat. Beautiful, guys. Lift the hips up and now release those toes. And when you slide your weight back once again, go ahead and now pivot that left foot so the toes are up. And this time feel like you're heavier through the left inner leg line to get that stretch into that inner thigh. Extend those arms forward, ground your palms flat. Look forward now, and now curl the right toes under, lift the right knee up. So it's like you're in plank, but the left leg's to the side. 3-legged downward dog. Keep that left leg straight as you reach it up. Now bend the knee and stack your hip. Again, keeping your hips open, but the shoulders square. And then look at your right butt cheek. It likes to stick out to the right, so squeeze it back into the midline. Inhale, re-extend the legs straight. Exhale, knee to nose, round the spine, and step forward to the top. Tie into your fingertips, and again, organically move. Circle through the hips, straighten through the left leg. Do whatever feels right for your body right now. Beautiful, guys. Come back into your runner's lunge. Right hand will stay underneath the shoulder. Reach your left arm to the sky. Then bring your left arm right behind the back for your bind as we drop the right ear now to the shoulder. Right arm is straight. Drive it down into the mat. Keep the shoulder away from the ear. Look downward now. Place that left hand down. Inhale, step forward to the top. Exhale, forward fold down into your legs. Monkey pose, inhale. Let the center of the chest reach forward. Exhale, fold into both legs. Once again, inhale. Lift and lengthen monkey pose. Bring the weight forward to the fronts of your heels. Exhale, fold. Come to stand, see the arms wide, all the way to the sky, palms face or connect. And then seal it right to your heart. Samastitihi. Surya Namaskar A, Sun A. Inhale, sweep the arms out wide up to the sky. Exhale, hinge from your hips and fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Palms flat, either step or hop back if you're ready. Bend the elbows lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Cobra or upward facing dog as you inhale. Lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Anchor your palms down and forward. Even take the hands slightly wider than your own shoulder width. And as the hands dial out to the edges of the mat, stay grounded more into your inner hands, the pointer fingers, the bases of your thumbs. Then empty out your next exhale. Inhale, lift the heels, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop forward to the top of your space. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold right in. Press to stand, reach the arms wide all the way to the sky. Exhale, seal it to the heart. Samastitihi. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward down into your legs. Lift and lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana, monkey pose. Palms flat, send the feet back, bend the elbows as you exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Keep a little bend in both knees as you stay light in the toes and heavy through the heels. The same time though, feel like you're pushing your thigh bones back behind you and then draw the belly in. All these little actions and cues to feel firmly engaged in down dog to really emphasize the lengthening and the space you can find. Empty out and exhale. Inhale, lift the heels, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop forward to the top. Inhale, lift up halfway. Fold down with the exhale. Rise to stand, reach the arms wide all the way to the sky. Then seal it to the heart as you exhale, Samastitihi. One more, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward into your legs. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Palms flat, feet back, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Keep the throat open. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, only the hands, the feet touch ground. Lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. From here, keep your left foot on the mat. Pick up your right foot and then place your right foot right against your left shin. Right against your left shin. And then see you can actually push the foot into the shin just to get a little bit more stretch in the back of that left leg. Switch it out. Place that right foot down now. And now place your left foot flat against your right shin. And then as you're pushing your foot against the shin, get that nice opening in the back of that right leg. Nice. Place that foot down. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Then inhale, lift the heels, bend at your knees. Exhale, step or hop forward to the top. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold to the legs. Now either big toes touch or keep the feet separated in or hip width. Bend both knees and come into chair Utkatasana. So drive down into your heels. Slide your kneecaps back so they're directly over both heels. And now lift and fan all 10 toes for just a moment. And then feel what's touching, the heels, the ball mounts of your feet. Keep that rooting and now gently place all 10 toes down without any grip. As you exhale, half chair, sweep the arms back behind you and lengthen your spine over your thighs. Back to chair Utkatasana, reach the arms forward and up, even look up. Half chair, exhale again, reach those arms back. Rise to stand on the inhale, straighten the legs, reach your arms up, maybe palms connect, little bit of a back bend too. And then exhale, fold forward down into your legs. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, palms flat. You decide vinyasa back or just go back to a down dog. In your down dog, lift your right leg back and up. Exhale, knee to nose, round the spine, spread your shoulder blades wide on the back. Inhale, reach your leg back and up. Exhale, step the foot forward next to your right thumb, drop the back knee, uncurl the toes. Anjaneyasana, low lunge, lift the chest and reach your arms overhead. Actively squeeze out the glutes of your back leg. Actively press down against the top of that back foot as well. Then as you exhale, cactus the arms to the sides. Once you're set, press the bottom tips of your shoulder blades forward to the chest, and then lift the ribs up and away from the hips. Maybe even take that gaze upward. Beautiful. Inhale, bring both arms straight to the sky. Exhale, place the hands down, frame your front foot. Shift and lift to a standing split. Lift that left leg up and keep your hips square. So see that left foot, toes are down. Now see your right hip. More than likely, your right hip is pushed to the right. So squeeze your right butt cheek back to the left. Soft bend in the standing knee as well to help encourage more engagement through the quadriceps and your hamstrings. As you exhale, come into a little Shiva squat. Tap that left knee to your right calf, bending through both knees. Inhale, take a huge step back, land on the ball of the foot. High lunge, lift your chest, reach your arms overhead. Micro bend that back knee. Get an active squeeze of the glutes. Feel like you're pushing your thigh bone forward and then lift the front rim of the pelvis to the chest. From here, bring your hands together at your heart. Interlace your fingers, extend the arms forward and lean forward as you exhale. Inhale, come out of the pose, pivot to face left, turn the toes in, heels out. Then as you exhale, part the arms to the sides, hinge at the hips as you dive down into your wide stance. Hold the outer calves or hold the outer ankles. Shift your weight slightly forward to the fronts of your heels. Let the toes feel light. Hands underneath your shoulders, lift up halfway, inhale. Exhale, pivot forward to the top of your space. Inhale, step back plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward face. Exhale, downward face. Left leg to the sky as you inhale. Knee to nose, shoulders over the wrists, exhale. Inhale, extend the left leg back. Exhale, step the left foot forward next to your left thumb as we drop the back knee, uncurl the toes. Inhale, lift the chest. Reach your arms up. Once again, squeeze the back glutes. Press down against the top of the foot. Lift the upper body away from the pelvis as we now exhale, cactus those arms. Feel the shoulder blades hug in and now tip the bottom tips forward to your sternum. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, place the hands to the mat, frame the front foot, standing split, shift and now lift that right leg up. Keep your hips square. Squeeze the top glutes too, so you feel lighter through that lifted leg. Look at your left hip. Squeeze the left hip to the midline. Come into your squat, tap the right knee to your left calf. Huge step back, land on the ball of the foot. Inhale, high lunge, lift the chest, reach your arms up. Knit the ribs in, active squeeze of those back glutes. Palms together at your heart, interlace the fingers as you lean forward, exhale, push those arms forward. Come out of the pose, inhale, and we pivot to face right, toes in, heels out. Part the arms to the sides and now fold forward into your wide legs. Hold the calves, hold the ankles. Think of your weight shifting forward. Move the chest in between the legs. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Now lift up halfway. Inhale. Exhale, pivot to the top. Frame that left foot. Step back plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And a breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Then inhale, lift the heels, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop forward to the top. Inhale, halfway up. Fold with the exhale. Feet together or separated, bend the knees. Inhale, chair pose. Weight to the heels, knees drive back. This time as you exhale, open arm twist to the right. Sweep your right arm right behind you. Rotate the chest to face right. Back to chair, inhale. Reach both arms up, look up. Twist it to the left, reach that left arm back. Back to chair, inhale. Exhale, half. Flush those arms back as you lengthen over your thighs. Push to stand, inhale. Reach the arms up, look up. Dive down into the legs as you exhale. Inhale, lift up halfway. Palms to the mat. Once again, make your way back to down dog, moving through the flow, or lift the hips up and back. Once you're set in down dog, inhale, lift that right leg up. Knee to nose as you exhale, curl out and round. Inhale, bring the leg back and up. Exhale, step it to the top, drop that back knee. Inhale, lift the chest up, arms up. This time, palms come to touch above you. And as you exhale, bend the elbows and now slip the heel of the hands at the very base of the skull. Lift out of the lower back. Pivot the chest to the sky. Let the head just fall back into your hands. Now as you exhale, flush the arms behind you as you lean forward. Curl the back toes under, lift the knee. And then inhale, come back into that Shiva squat. Tap the knee to the calf, but keep your right foot floating. Huge step back, land on the ball of the foot. High lunge, inhale, lift the chest, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, place the hands to the heart. Once they land there, interlace the fingers, extend the arms forward, lean forward, exhale. Inhale, come out of the pose, pivot left, turn the toes and heels out. This time, drop the left arm down the leg, reach your right arm along your ear. Inhale, come through center, reach both arms overhead. Warrior two, face forward. So pivot on the heel of your front foot. Now turn the toes forward, lunge into your front knee. Keep your torso over your pelvis. Nice, guys. Flip that right palm, reverse it. Inhale. Exhale, both hands land down. Frame the foot, vinyasa, or skip that and go to down dog. Stay connected with the breath if you continue to flow. From our downward dog, inhale, lift that left leg up. Knee to nose as you exhale, bring your weight forward, round your spine. Inhale, reach your leg back and up. Exhale, gently step to the top and drop the back knee. Inhale, let's lift the chest, reach your arms up, palms touch at the very top. Bend at your elbows inside the hands, right behind the base of the skull as you exhale, finding that back bend shape. Beautiful, guys. Flush the arms behind you. Lean forward with an exhale. Curl the back toes under. Inhale, pick that back knee off the mat. Come into that balancing pose. Tap your right knee to the left calf. Come into that balancing Shiva squat. Huge step back. Land on the ball of the right foot. It's high lunge. Use your breath in to lift the chest. Reach your arms overhead. Slide your hands to the heart space, interlace the fingers, and now exhale, lean forward, push the arms forward. Inhale, come out of the pose. Let's pivot to face right. Turn the toes and heels out. And now lower your right arm. Reach that left arm along your ear as you exhale. Inhale through the center, see the arms overhead. Warrior two, face forward, lunge into your left knee. Keep your upper body directly over the pelvis. Flip that left palm upward and sweep the left arm along the ear. Continue to drive your left shin forward. Exhale, both hands land to the mat. Frame the foot, vinyasa, or skip that. Beautiful job. Take a few moments in your downward dog. Maybe a few moments in child's pose if you need it. Revisit down dog if you are on your knees. Then empty out and exhale. Inhale, lift the heels, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop it to the top. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Back to chair again. Set your feet how you'd like it. Bend back into those knees. Sit low into your hips. This time, let's prayer twist to the right. So tuck your left elbow outside your right knee and thigh. Hands meet together in prayer. Now, those of you who have your feet and knees separated, imagine you like this, got this long line of block in between the legs. Rotate the rib cage around the spine. Maybe even start to turn the gaze to look right. Keep the twist, but now look down to the mat. Lift your left heel up. And now kick your left heel to your left glute. Come into a little flamingo pose. Notice your right hip, your right butt cheeks pushing right. So hug your hip back into the midline. With your exhale, take a huge step back. Place the hands down. Now drop your back knee down. And as you straighten your front knee out, walk it all the way back. Back toes, keep them still curled. So you're seated now on your back heel. Then place your left hand onto the top of your right foot and then push the ball of the foot forward into your palm. Continue pushing the foot forward as you now pull your torso back. So you're getting a stretch into your back body. You're getting a stretch into the sole of that left foot. One more breath. Release the foot, come forward and bend into your front knee. Release that back foot. Back to low lunge. Lift the chest and reach your arms overhead. As you exhale, interlace the fingers now right behind your back. Extend your arms a little straighter as you aim the knuckles to your back knee. Then bend into your elbows, and let's place the fist outside of your left hip. Squeeze your left elbow right behind your back. And now lower your left ear to the shoulder. Lift the head to center. Keep your right arm behind the back, but reach your left arm now alongside the ear. And as you exhale, side stretch right as you add a hint of a twist. As we start to look forward, take your right arm and sweep it over your left arm. Eagle wrap the arms or give yourself a bear hug. Press your elbows forward away from the chin. Add a hint of a back bend as you start to aim the arms upward. Hold on to the arms, and as you start to lean forward, curl the back toes under, lift the knees so your legs are in a lunge, and now dive the eagle arms down to the inside of that right knee. Unravel the arms, standing splits. Lift that left leg to the sky. As you exhale, come down into a little baby eagle squat. Tuck that left knee to the right calf. Again, inhale, standing split. Exhale, baby eagle squat. Inhale, lift that leg up. This time, knee to the calf. Now step the ball of your back foot a little off to the right. It might land out away from your mat. When you go ahead and lift the chest, now tuck your left elbow outside of your right thigh. Bring your hands together and set them in prayer again. Then feel here as you anchor down into your palms, rotate the left rib cage towards your thumbs. From here, we're going to come to standing crane. So unravel your upper body, drive down into your right foot, lift that left knee up. Great balance. Option 1, right hand to the outside of the knee, left arm behind you. Option 2, reach for the pinky side of that left foot and extend that leg straight. One more breath. Warrior 2, take a huge step back. And right away, straighten your front knee out. Reach your right arm along your ear. Reverse out your triangle. And then push your hips forward and up. Both legs straight for triangle pose, Trikonasana. So now start to push your hips back as you lengthen your torso forward. Right hand either lands to the shin, the ankle, or to the mat. Left arm to the sky. Now, your right hand, the bottom hand, turn your fingertips about 1/4 inch to the right. And that's going to rotate the whole arm bones so the eye of your elbow pivots forward. And you'll notice here that you're a little wider in through your right collarbone that way. Push more into your back foot now and then reach your left arm along the ear. Extend more through your left side waist. Look down to the mat, and as you exhale, come to transverse lunge all the way to your left. So bend into your left knee, slide your right heel out and drop the hips low. Thread your left arm in front of your left shin, reach your right arm to the sky. Either stay here or bring your right arm behind the back for a half bind, or take that left arm around the shin for a full bind. Then lift the chest up and away from the pelvis, maybe even lift the gaze up. Awesome job. Both hands come down to the mat. Nice, Clara. Inhale, lift the hips up to center. You're going to go straight to revolved half moon. Pivot your right foot forward. Left hand walks out in front. Even place it on a block if you'd like. And then pick up the left leg. Turn and twist back to the right. Reach your right arm to the sky. Notice your standing hip. Squeeze that right hip back into the midline. Lifted leg, engage the glutes a bit more and feel you're lifting from your inner thigh. As you exhale, let's lower the right hand down and now step your left foot over your right foot at the top to cross your legs. Walk your hands to the left now, and as you push your hips a bit to the right, also wrap your right hip crease back. So you're not only getting a deeper stretch down your right IT band, but you should feel it down your right side waist too. Go ahead now and walk both hands in front of your feet. Options here, crow pose, or keep your feet crossed for a crossed ankled crow pose. Palms flat, lift the heels up, and now spread your knees out wide. Hike those knees up into your upper arm bones. And if your ankles are still crossed, lift those feet up at the same time. Round a little bit more into your upper back. Pull the belly in. Imagine like you're holding a block in between your inner thighs. Wherever you are, crow, regular crow, hold another 3, 2, 1. Step or shoot those legs back. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Back to down dog. Let's do a few clearing breaths here. Deep inhale through your nose. Stick your tongue out, exhale. Inhale deep through the nose. Lion's breath, stick the tongue out, exhale. And keep the lips sealed. Keep your breath deep. Then empty out the exhale. Inhale, lift the heels, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or hop. Halfway lengthen, inhale. Fold, exhale. Toes touch or feet separated, bend the knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. Twist it to the left this time, right elbow outside that right leg. Palms meet together in prayer. Again, if you're separated through the knees and the feet, there's an imaginary block right there. Keep your twist, now look down to your feet. Lift your right heel up first, then lift the foot up next to kick the heel to your glute. Standing leg, squeeze the left hip into the midline, keep the twist facing left. Then as you exhale, big step back, place the hands down. Drop the back knee down, keep your toes curled under as you come towards this half split where we sit on that right heel. Kira, move your face. And now go ahead and place your right hand over the left toes, the ball of the foot. And again, you're pushing the ball of the foot forward. Keep it pushing forward as you now draw your torso back. Again, you should feel a deep stretch. It runs into your back body up through the shoulder blade. And of course, the toes are getting a stretch because you're in that broken toe position. Beautiful. Go ahead and release that low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Bend into that front knee. Lift the chest up, reach the arms up. Catch the interlace behind your back, but move one finger over. And when the arms straighten out, think about the fist driving more toward your back knee, maybe to the calf or even the heel. So you're really lifting out of the pelvis. Hi, Scott. Bend your elbows now, and now place the fist just outside of your right hip. Squeeze your right elbow toward your left elbow, right behind your back. And we're going to lower the right ear to the shoulder to get a stretch in through the neck. Lift your head to center now. Left arm stays behind you. Reach your right arm up. Inhale. Exhale. Turn and rotate the chest more to the left as your right arm reaches along your ear. Face forward, unravel the left arm and sweep it over your right arm. Eagle wrap, left over the right. Tie up the arms and push the elbows forward at just a hint of a back bend as you lift the ribs away from your pelvis. Keep the eagle arms, start to tip forward. Curl the back toes under, lift the knees so the legs are in a lunge. And now dive toward your toes as you hug the arms, your rib cage to your thigh. Beautiful. Unravel the arms, standing split. Lift that right leg up to the sky. Hug the left hip into the midline. Come down into your baby eagle squat. Right knee to that left calf. Inhale, standing split, lift the leg up high. Knee to calf as you exhale. Inhale, standing split, lift that leg up. This time as you tap the knee to the calf, go ahead and step the ball of your right foot off to the left. Both knees are bent, and now add a twist to this little pose here. Cross your right elbow outside your left knee and thigh. Rotate the chest, right chest to your thumbs. Standing crane pose, press down into that left foot. Slowly lift your right knee up. Bring the arms up. Option 1, left hand for the outside of the knee, the right arm behind you. Option 2, slide that hand down to the pinky side of the foot and extend the leg straight. Feel the ribs spin around the spine as you open your chest more to the right. Slow and steady, it's warrior 2. Take a huge step back, landing up heel to arch. Then right away, straighten the left knee out, reverse the triangle, and then push your hips forward and lift that left hip upward to your armpit. Legs remain straight, Trikonasana triangle pose. Pivot and lengthen away from the pelvis and let that left hand land wherever it is. Then take that left hand and pivot the fingers about a half inch or a quarter inch to the left so the whole arm bone rotates open. And then just notice here how the outer tips of each collarbone can just extend longer to each hand. Knit the front ribs towards your back ribs as you aim your tailbone to your back heel. Then push into the back heel more and now reach your top arm along the ear. Get more extension through your right side waist. Transverse lunge to your right. Sweep your hands down and through to the right. Bend only into your right knee and slide that left heel out. Now let's go ahead and extend the right arm in front of the right shin. Reach your left arm to the sky. It's your option 1. Option 2, bring your left arm behind the back. Third option, a full bind. Keep your right arm in front of that right shin. Now find your left hand and clasp it by the hip. Lift out of the pelvis. Pivot the chest to the sky. Bring both hands down to the mat now. Inhale, lift the hips up through center. You're going straight to revolved half moon with a block or not, you decide, but the shoulder and the wrist stay aligned as you pick up your right leg. And now pivot the chest to face left. Standing hips, squeeze it back into the midline. Take away the lock in the knee and instead engage your quadriceps. Nice, Deb. Look down to the mat now and step your right foot over your left foot at the top. Cross your feet and walk your hands to the right as you push your hips left and back to the very back of your mat. Both hands come in front of the feet. Unravel them for regular old crow or keep those ankles crossed. Come into a crossed ankled crow. So spread your knees out wide if you're crossed at the ankles. Taking the knees into the upper arms in both versions of your crow. Look slightly forward, round your spine as if your body is set in an eagle pose. And now pull your belly in and up, squeeze your inner thighs into the midline, hold for just another 3, 2, step or hop out, Chaturanga Dandasana. Vinyasa through that. Down dog. Child's pose, knees down, arms wrap outside the legs. Bring the forehead down to the mat. If you struggle to get the forehead to touch, place a block underneath your head. And then so you can start to slow the pattern of the breath down a little bit. Let the thighs push up against your ribs each time you breathe deeply. From here, go ahead and just place your hands just outside the knees so you can roll on up. And then just walk the hands a little further forward to the knees so you can lift your hips up. Make sure your thighs are a little closer together. And now curl the toes under of both feet. Walk it back to sit on your heels. Now, if the flexion of your knees doesn't allow for this to happen and you find yourself just probably at this position, a couple options here is you can take a block or even two, bumping them together and placing them right behind you, right at your bum, and then it gives you some space where you're still getting that stretch into the feet. So either your sit bones are on the heels or maybe you got this block version. And even if that's not working for you too, you can always just stand on your knees and your shins. All right, wherever you are, stay with those toes curled under. It's so good for our feet, and I know you hate it. But if you're a runner like Lori, you need this. Reach your right arm along the ear, left arm to the side. Turn your left thumb down and bring that left arm now behind the back. Walk the fingertips up towards the shoulder blades as you drop your right hand down. Find your fingers or find your shirt. Once you find some sort of connection, knit your front ribs into your back ribs. Press the head gently against your right arm bones. Your chin is away from the throat. Now close your eyes. Breathe into this tension you feel. Imagine those moments where we're faced with something that's so uncomfortable and we feel that we can't get through it. But again, one of the lessons, one of the things to really believe in ourselves is that inner courage that we have, and yet the same thing to ask for help if we need it. Although we're solo on the mountain, it's just us practicing. We know that it's right within us. Just to hold for a couple more moments to breathe into this uncomfortability. Last breath here. Blink your eyes open. Unravel the arms. If you use blocks, set them to the side, and then unravel your toes and pat them down against the mat. Nice. Go ahead and stand on the knees and shins and bring your arms wide to the sides. Eagle wrap your left arm over your right arm. When you tied the arms, this time create a fist in the top hand. And now punch the fists up as you move your elbows and wrists forward. From here, gently step your right foot forward onto your mat. Curl the back toes under, lift the knee up. Eagle wrap your left leg over your right leg. Keep a bend in your right knee so that left thigh has its shelf. Kickstand the left toes, lift the foot if you'd like, or even wrap it all the way around. Then as you start to hinge at your hips, lengthen away from the pelvis and feel like you're now punching the fists forward. Continue to move the elbows away from your chest and past the knees. Now you have two options. Hands come to the mat for a standing split, or keep your eagle arms and now unravel the left leg back and up, and then punch the fist down to come into a toppling tree. Regardless if your hands are on the ground or you're still an eagle, hug your right hip back into the midline. One more deep breath. Hands down if they're not already. Now step that left foot back for pyramid. Aim the toes to face 10 o'clock, both legs straight. Reach your chest forward. Inhale as you pull your right hip back. Exhale, reach forward and down, and line up your right chest against your right inner leg line. Don't forget you can use blocks underneath each hand to bring the floor closer to you. Lift the chest up, inhale. Keep the legs the same, but walk your hands to the right and now start to turn all 10 toes to face right. So you're crossed at your legs again, but the feet aren't as close together unless they need to. So toe heel them as much as you need to, but keep the feet flat. Now bring your left hand underneath your face and reach your right arm to the sky as you turn and twist the torso. Maybe gaze to look for your thumb with your left eye. Exhale, lower that right hand down. Now we're going to unravel to face the other side of the mat. And now go straight to transverse again. Bend your left knee, slide your right heel out. Sit low. We're going to go to side angle from here. So as you lift your hips up, right toes forward, kick your left heel out. Either right hand lands inside or outside of the front foot, or slide the forearm right onto your right thigh. Wherever your arm is, scoop your right sit bone under as you pivot the right chest to the sky. Then take note of your right shoulder head. What tends to happen is the shoulder head juts forward. Pull that right shoulder back. Get wide through your collarbones. Reverse triangle pose. Inhale. Reach your right arm up. Side angle pose number 2. So see what you can do to change it. Maybe there's a half bind, left arm behind the back. Maybe there's a full bind, clasping your hands right by your hip. Those of you who are fully bound can maybe step forward to come into a bird of paradise, just an option. You can half step that left foot forward until eventually the left foot comes forward. Bring the weight to the left foot, come onto the heel of your right foot first. Lift the foot up next. Think like you're kicking your heel to the glute like we did earlier in that flamingo. Standing leg, hug it into the midline. Your right knee can stay bent till eventually over time it starts to extend. Nice. Oop, I lost it. So you can slowly come down. We're all going to come into a forward fold, so stepping that left foot forward. Unravel the arms, and you choose whether you want to grab hold of the big toes or stand on your hands. Last breath here. Release and place the hands to the shins. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Hands flat to the mat, step back to plank. Your option, vinyasa, or drop the knees down, go straight to child's pose. Walk your hands back to your knees. Curl the toes under. Sit on your heels once again. Again, whether you're on your sit bones or you need that block, feel the toes curled under, lengthen through your spine. Left arm along the ear, right arm out wide to the side. Turn your right thumb down to internally rotate at the shoulder first, and now bring that arm behind your back. Fingertips walk up. Drop that left hand down. Find your shirt. Find your hands. Then press your front body into the back body. Get that long curvature out of the lower back. Feel the back of the head anchor against your left arm bone. And now close your eyes. And just knowing everything is temporary. Everything is constantly in flux. Everything is constantly changing. In fact, those moments where we're faced with fear or the unknown, all those are lessons for continued growth. So in order to grow, we call upon our courage muscle to help us get through, to guide us, that inner intuition, our gut feeling, our strength, our inner power. Last breath. Blink your eyes open, stand on up, release your arms, pat the feet against the mat. Fan the arms wide. This time, right arm over the left arm, eagle, wrap up your arms. Fist in your top hand. Switch up your arms, Clara, right over the left, Clara. Again, press your elbows forward, your wrists forward. Then step your left foot forward onto your mat. Curl the back toes under, lift the knee up next. Eagle, without a lot of momentum, wrap your right thigh over your left thigh. Stop with a little kickstand. Sit into the hips and that left heel. Then either lift the foot or wrap it all the way around. Hinge it forward, punch the fists forward, the elbows away from your chest and past the knees. for either standing split with the hands to the mat or keep your eagled arms as you punch the fist now down to the mat, right leg up, standing hips hugging into the midline. Now one more breath. Hands down, pyramid. Step your right foot back. Turn the toes to look to 2 o'clock. Lengthen your chest forward with both legs straight and push your left hip back. And now reach forward and down with the chest. Inhale, lift up halfway. Walk your hands to the left as you now pivot your toes to face left. Toe heel the feet as close as you need to, but not as close with the feet together if you can. Then right hand comes underneath your face. Reach your left arm to the sky. Turn and twist. Go ahead now, exhale, lower the left hand down. Pivot all the way around to face the other side of the mat. And then we'll go ahead and bend just into your right knee and slide that left heel out. Come into Skandasana transverse lunge for just a moment. Lift the hips to center. Set your feet like warrior two. Left toes forward, right heel out. Side angle pose. So either your hand is closer to the mat or your left forearm is on your thigh. And then reach your top arm along your ear. Keep your collarbones wide. Rotate the left chest up as you scoop your left sit bone underneath you. Next breath in, reverse triangle. Slowly straighten that front knee out as you reach your left arm along your ear. Then side angle number 2. So either the forearm to the thigh, hand to the mat, maybe a half bind, maybe a full bind. Again, taking your time just to change up the posture. And again, it doesn't require anything that's difficult. We're not superheroes, but we're true to ourselves, true to our bodies. If you manage to create that full bind around your left thigh, you know you have that option for bird of paradise, stepping your right foot forward, toes forward. Shift your weight to the right leg as you lift the left heel up, then the foot up. Once you're up into your bird of paradise, think about your standing hip hugging to the midline. Turn your left inner thigh forward, same direction you're facing. Maybe the leg is straight, maybe not. We all meet in a standing forward fold at the very top of our space. Once you arrive, catch hold of opposite elbows, keep the feet still separated inner hip width, and just drape your torso over those legs. Feel heavy through the upper body. Maybe let out a few sighs. Hands against the shins. Inhale, lift and lengthen, monkey pose. Exhale, fold. Place your palms flat, step back to plank, and as you inhale, vinyasa if you'd like, or lift the hips up and back for a downward facing dog. From your down dog, lift your heels up high. And now turn all 10 toes to face left. Bend just your right knee and now push your left heel a little closer to the mat. Keep your right knee bent, but lift the foot off the mat. And now slide forward and drop the knee down underneath the hip. We're going to come into a modified side plank. Right hand underneath your shoulder. Reach your left arm up and along your ear. Nudge your pelvis forward, that same direction your chest is facing, so you're out of your lower back. Now pick up your back leg, bend the knee, and reach back. Catch hold of the front of the ankle or the top of the foot, and then kick the foot into your palm as you continue to push your hips forward, open through the chest. Gently release the foot and bring it back to the mat. Inhale, come up out of the pose for Gate Pariyasana. Exhale, side stretch it out. Sweep your right arm right along your ear. Nice. Go ahead now and windmill both hands forward to the very top of your mat. Scoop your right thigh into your chest for a core plank. And then flip the foot around if you like for wild thing. Tap the ball of the right foot around that left straight leg, and then lift the hips as you reach your right arm along your ear. Awesome job, Scott. We're going to move right into a pigeon pose, so slide that right shin forward. Now, if you'd like, you can take a block and wedge it underneath your right hip. So bring some balance in the pelvis, just an option. Or you can take that block or even both blocks to rest your forearms onto. Right, so don't be afraid to use your props to help to assist your poses a bit more. And then just start to settle into this pose. Notice the moments where right away we feel held or tight, maybe even tender. And then that's when we really want to use the depth of the breath to just slowly let go, release a bit more. Go ahead now and start to lift the head and walk your hands back towards you. If you use the block, slide it out to the side, and now sweep your left leg forward and all the way around over your right thigh. Come into Gomukhasana, so knee over knee, thigh over thigh, with your heels just outside of your seat. Then add a side stretch. We'll walk the left hand out to the side, sweep your right arm along the ear. Bend your left elbow a bit so it keeps the left shoulder away from the left ear. Come through center on the inhale, sweep the arms overhead, and now hinge forward. Exhale, place the hands down in front of you or maybe down to blocks as you let your chest just melt over the legs. Beautiful. From here, inhale, lift the chest up. Roll forward onto your knees and shins and just unravel your legs. Come into a plank pose, down dog, or vinyasa. From your down dog, come high in the balls of your feet and turn your toes to face the right this time. Bend just your left knee as you push your right heel flatter to the mat. Then lift the left foot off the ground and slide it forward to lower the knee and the shin down underneath your hip. Modified side plank, left hand underneath the shoulder, reach your right arm up and along your ear. Push your pelvis forward, get out of your low back. Lift that right leg up, bend at your knee to catch the foot. Kick the foot against the hand, again pushing the pelvis forward, open through your chest, open through your right shoulder. Gently release your foot and place it back to the mat. Come out of the pose for Gate Parayasana and then side stretch it out. Slide your right hand down your leg, reach your left arm along your ear. Windmill both hands forward at the very top of the mat, and we'll hug the left thigh into the chest for a core plank where you can stay, or wild thing. Step the ball of the left foot behind your right leg, straight leg, and lift the hips up. Reach your left arm forward to the front. Nice, Helen. Pigeon pose is next, so slowly close up the pose with control as you now slide your left shin forward, maybe a block underneath the left hip. Maybe blocks underneath your arms. And just make your way in. Begin to lift the head back up. Walk your hands in. And then go ahead and now sweep your right leg forward and all the way around. So you're crossing your right leg over your left leg, knee over knee, thigh over thigh, Gomukhasana. Then spider crawl your right fingertips to the right, a little bend in the elbow as you reach your left arm along the ear for a side stretch. Through center inhale, bring both arms to the sky. Hinge forward at your hips and fold forward. Drape your chest over your legs. Hands to the mat or maybe to blocks. Go ahead now, walk your hands back towards you, lift the chest up. This time unravel the legs and bring the soles of your feet together. Drop the knees wide. As you hold your feet, wiggle the sit bones just a little bit closer to both heels. Then anchor down into your sit bones, anchor down against the pinky sides of both feet, get heavy through your thighs. Lengthen the chest forward and then fold it forward. Maybe your arms gently pressing down against the legs. Inhale, lift the head up, lift the chest up, place the hands outside the knees, close them in, come down onto your backs and maybe take a block with you if you want to practice a supported bridge pose. So right where we started this practice, knees bent, feet separated, inner hip width, heels underneath both knees. Then as you start to lift the hips up to bridge, you decide if you want to slip that block underneath the back of your pelvis at any height that you'd like. Or maybe you're lifting a little bit higher so you can snuggle the arm bones underneath you, clasping your hands and interlacing your fingers. Now I'm going to stick with the supported version of it, but if you're a bit more active, really push down and forward into the heels of both feet. Activate the back chain of the legs and then squeeze a little bit through your glute. Really open up. Think about a little press of your head into the mat so your chin moves away from the throat, and let the chest chase your chin. If you're on a block, you'll stay. Otherwise, if you're in bridge pose, slip the arms out and slowly lower vertebra by vertebra. Scoop the tailbone slightly so you'll lower your lower back, then your glutes. All right, one more back bend of your choice. You can stick with bridge or maybe upward facing bow, Urdhva Dhanurasana, hands at the tops of the shoulders. Or maybe you'll come with where you visit where I am, right into a supported bridge pose. Again, just take your option. Then if you're in that active back bend, tuck your chin to your throat, lower the back of the skull, lower the upper back, your mid back, scoop the tailbone slightly to lower the low back and your glutes. If you're on the block, take the block away. Come into reclined butterfly pose, feet together, knees drop wide. And now place your hands right at the creases of the hips, right at the top of your thigh bones or top of the thighs. And then drive the arms down into the legs. Feel like you can actually get a little longer in through the torso. And you can gently kind of pulse your palms into your thighs a little bit if you'd like. Just get a little massage. And turn the soles of the feet to the sky for a happy baby. Thighs outside your ribs. Reach forward through your sit bones so you feel firmly grounded through the pelvis, and then add just a hint of a back bend, like you're pushing your chest up like cobra. Keep your legs in happy baby, or wrap your arms around your thighs, behind the knees. Clasp your hands now. Straighten just your right leg out like you're trying to push your toes towards the back corner of your mat. Bend your right knee and now straighten your left leg out. We'll do that one more time each side. Unravel your arms. Squeeze your knees into the chest. And now cross your right leg over your left leg. Fan the arms to the sides. Scoop your hips to the right. And now drop both knees to the left. Come into a twist. You may need to maybe lift the shoulders and lengthen a little bit more through your upper body. Then feel heavier through your right shoulder blade, heavier through your back ribs. And then stretch your right hip forward to the front of your mat so you feel more side waist opening. Bring your legs to center, switch up the cross of your legs. Slide your hips towards the left a bit and then drop your knees to the right. Feel free to readjust the torso and then reground the left shoulder blade, the left chest, your right hip forward. Come in through the center, unravel your legs, knock the knees together, walk the feet out wide, just where we began this practice in Broken Bridge. Now reach your arms to the sky, palms face each other, and wrap your right arm over your left arm and just drape the arms over your chest. Let the hands relax, your fingers relax. Close your eyes and let your body breathe. Reach both arms to the sky. Switch up the cross, left over the right. Drape the arms over your chest. Feel heavy through the arms, heavy through your hands. Unravel the arms to the sides of your body, back of the hands to the floor, and extend your right leg out and then your left leg out. Release everything in your body. Feel soft in the muscles of your face. And just take a few moments of rest in Shavasana. Now, as you're resting here in Shavasana, continue to keep your eyes closed, but just like we began this practice, interlace your hands right on top of the belly. And now just extend your middle fingers up to the sky. From here, there's just a bit of space in between your inner palms. And just imagine as if you're holding that golden ball of light right in the palms. this light of your courage, the light of your strength. And as you're connected into this space that's connected to your solar plexus, know that you don't have to have superpowers. You don't have to have incredible strength to know that you're courageous. But we are courageous every day in the small, the very mundane acts that help to change ourselves, that help to push us out of our comfort zone and give us the ability to grow. So that little ball of light that starts set in the palms, when you flatten the palms now against your belly, let that light just land right into your solar plexus. And as you reconnect back to the breath, feel that bright light just expand into your full body, bringing awareness into your full body. See the arms alongside your ears. Stretch out long through your legs for a nice full body stretch. Hug your knees right into your chest. Gently roll to one side of your body and slowly make your way up into a seated position of your choice, whether that's crossed at the legs or seated on your shins. But sit nice and tall with your eyes closed. Then let the hands meet right at the heart space in Anjali Mudra, always taking a moment for ourselves, full gratitude and honor for our body's ability to breathe and to move, to staying committed to our practice. And always gratitude and honor for this practice of yoga. And in many ways, it allows us to tap into our inner strength, to believe deeply into ourselves, and allow ourselves to continue to grow. Slide your thumbs now to your third eye center as we bow, sealing this practice. Namaste.